Hi, everybody. This is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, Hut, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut, too. Hope you like this video. Hit that subscribe button. Now, we are now at the best time of year now. We got NFL football season's over, and now we are into spring training. A lot of teams are going to be getting their pitchers and catchers all set up and throwing and catching and and doing all that kind of stuff. But there are so many players, so many good players that are still available. I am shocked at the level of players. We have Cy Young Award winners, All-Stars, a whole bunch of guys that are still free agents out there. I am shocked. MVPs, shocked. These guys have not signed with any team so far. So you might see a player on this list that might sign with one of your teams. You never know. Some player might get desperate to sign a one-year deal because he can't get any money and says, "Oh, you know what? I'll take a chance on myself another year and then cash in next year." Next year's free agent class is a much better class than this year's class. It was rather mediocre, quite frankly, in terms of just in terms of the level of players. Plus, a lot of them are Scott Boras players, and a lot of them are very stubborn to sign. He's very stubborn, and he takes a long time to get his players to commit. Now, I would mention the Dodgers have already started their spring training, and the Padres, because they're going to be playing in Korea a week before the regular season starts, so they're a little ahead of things. I'll have a video on Shohei Ohtani. I still got to look into it a little bit, but I got to go into it. But anyway, let's go through the names of players that are still available, and I got some trade candidates too of players that are still going to be on the move. Obviously, got to keep an eye on the Brewers because with them trading Corbin Burns a couple weeks ago to the Orioles, that kind of sets the stage for other trades with them. First on my list, and we're not going to start at the very top. We're going to just go into the players that haven't signed and players that are that could be on the market. First up, Cody Bellinger. Where's this guy going to go? Guy won the MVP a few years ago, and then his career completely collapsed. And then he had a really good year with the Cubs last year. Where he's going to go, it's hard to say at this point. He was looking for a $200 million contract, but I don't know what he's going to get. He might be one of these guys that might have to do a prove it again to me kind of deal, where some team will pick him up for a one-year deal and he'll have to prove that he could do it again, because obviously he was terrible for quite a few years, and he had a good year last year. So let's go into the teams that are rumored to sign him, connected to him: the Cubs, the Giants, the Red Sox, the Dodgers. The Angels, the Blue Jays, the Phillies, and Seattle. We'll see. Willie Adames. Now he is going to be on the market because now that Corbin Burns has been moved, I would expect that he's going to get moved. I've heard the Dodgers, the Braves, the Giants. I don't think Miami. I would mention Miami made another deal with the Twins. They picked up Nick Gordon for a pitcher. So we'll keep an eye on where Adames is going to go. Blake Snell, the two-time Cy Young Award winner, he's still out there. So many teams have been connected to him: the Phillies, the Cubs, the Rangers, Cardinals, the Giants, the Angels, Boston, San Diego, going back there, I guess, and the Yankees. I don't know where he's going to go. He's another guy. He's had a very strange career because he's had the two Cy Young Award winner, awards, and then the rest of his career has been pretty much lousy. And he walks a lot of batters. And he's only a 5-inning pitcher. He's a very strange bird. Jordan Montgomery, where's he going to go? The rumor lately, the last few days I was reading, he's not going back to the Rangers. So I don't know where he's going to go. I've heard St. Louis going back there. I've heard the Yankees. I don't think that's going to happen. And the Red Sox. I don't know where he's going to go. And he's a quality, middle of the rotation starter. And a guy that'll pitch well in postseason. Matt Chapman, formerly of the Blue Jays, formerly of the A's. I've heard the Dodgers, the Blue Jays going back there. The Yankees, I don't think that's going to... I think the Yankees are pretty much done. The Giants, there's been the word is that he was going to go to the Giants. I don't know what happened there. to be honest with you. I was very surprised that he didn't sign with them, but with Bob Melvin, his former manager, being there, you would think he would have gone there already. The Cubs I've heard, the Tigers I've heard, and the Mariners. The Mariners are liable to do anything at this point. Quite frankly. They're liable to do anything. And then we jump many names. Jorge Soler is still out there, amazingly enough. I've heard the Giants, Seattle, the Mets, Angels, the Boston Red Sox, Cleveland, and Arizona. The numbers I was hearing was probably 2 years for $22 million, which is not a lot for a guy that hit 30-plus homers last year, amazingly enough. J.D. Martinez. The main name we've heard the last week or so has been the Mets. But I've heard Miami a little bit, the Mariners, the Giants, the Angels. So we'll keep an eye on where he's going to go. I don't know. I think that's going to be a situation where the team that signs him will get him on the cheap. He's probably looking for a multi-year deal. He's not getting a multi-year deal. He's not at his age. He's just not getting it. Okay, who's next? Adam Duvall. Where's he going to go? 36 years old, plays center field. Hits for a lot of home runs. I've heard Miami and Minnesota. Michael A. Taylor. I had heard Boston and the Reds. Tommy Pham. I've heard the Yankees, the Angels, Boston, San Francisco, the Rangers, Houston, the Cubs, Baltimore, and the Dodgers. Baltimore would be a pretty good place for him because you got a young team there, and he will push them as a role player. Sometimes you need a role player that'll push your younger players. I think that'd be a good spot for him. Uber serious guy. Abin Rosario is not signed anywhere. Tim Anderson, I'm surprised he hasn't signed anywhere. Tim Anderson, obviously, next week we'll have the everyday players, the position players will be, reporting to camp. I don't know where those guys are going. Jonathan India, I've heard Seattle, get traded. Seattle, Boston, San Francisco. Brandon Woodruff, I've heard a ton of teams on him. I would think that the Mets would have the inside track, considering that they have the former general manager of the Mets on the team. Dylan Cease, I don't think he's getting moved anytime soon, maybe at the deadline. But I've heard the Braves, Boston, Baltimore, but that might be out of Baltimore, considering that the Orioles traded for Corbin Burns. The Yankees, Cincinnati, and the Mets, I've heard. Shane Bieber, he's going to get moved. Okay, that's a guy's definitely, the Guardians going to definitely move him. I don't know when, between now and the trade deadline. Cincinnati, the Cubs, Baltimore, the Yankees, and the Dodgers. I mean, he's going to get moved. I mean, they're not going to think twice about moving him. Gio Urshela, where's he going to go? I've heard the Mets, I've heard the Yankees, and Toronto. I don't know where he's going to go. Let's skip a little bit. Emmanuel Clase. There's a possibility he'll get moved. There's been a lot of rumors about him. I've heard the Dodgers, the Rangers, and the Phillies. No, not for nothing. All the work that the Dodgers have done, they really don't have a closer. They really don't have a guy that's going to close the games out. Let's see. Jesus Luzardo. I've heard the Giants, Baltimore, the Yankees, the Reds, and the Dodgers. I could see him getting moved. Certainly. Kenley Jansen. I've heard the Dodgers, the Phillies. The Phillies is usually a closer. Texas, Arizona, and the Yankees. Yankees aren't going to do that. Yankees like having these, guys like Clay Holmes closing out games. That's not going to happen. Let's see. Domingo Germán, the guy that got drunk inside the Yankees clubhouse, and they told him to hit the pound sand, get the hell out of here. He's still available. I've heard the Mets attach that, but they're not going to do that. Joey Votto, great Cincinnati Red. I wonder if he's good enough. If his numbers are good enough to be a Hall of Famer. I don't know if he's going to get. I don't know what kind of respect and kind of look he's going to get in the future. But I've heard the Angels with him. Michael Lorenzen's still out there, believe it or not. I've heard Baltimore with him. Brandon Crawford. I thought he was going to retire. It doesn't look like he's going to retire. Another guy that I thought was going to retire was Brandon Belt. Keep an eye on. Where did I put him down? Keep an eye on the Rangers. Obviously, with the former manager of the Giants there and the Mets, believe it or not, Mets could use another bat in that lineup. He would be fine. I would be fine with him because you don't have to, use him. He's a much better version than what we had in Daniel Vogelback. So that's not a bad idea. So Brandon Crawford's got teams on him. I don't know the teams exactly. Maybe Tampa Bay. They could use a shortstop. Wander Franco is basically skadoosed himself out of here. I guess not going to see the Wander anymore. He wandered his way back to Dominican. He's not coming back. Devin Williams, he's another guy that could be moved. I don't think he's going to get moved. He's got a lot of years left before he's a free agent. So I don't think he's going to get moved. But I've heard the Yankees, the Braves, and the Dodgers. So this is an updated list of the list we've been going over all winter long. But now that winter's over, with the football season over, and obviously the first day of spring training, these are the names of the players that are on the board still. A lot of All-Stars, a lot of MVPs, a lot of Cy Youngs on this board. So you let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hut 2. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.